Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you to my YouTube channel. My name is Cheryl D'Souza, and first of all, thank you very much for so many subscribers. Keep subscribing, uh, keep liking the videos. Please don't stop commenting. Do comment, do subscribe, share the video among your friends and relatives and everyone that you know. Surely, if you love the video, please do not forget to share it. Yes. So this week, once again, I am here with another story, another wonderful story, and this time it's a very exciting story. In fact, I really loved when I read the story for the first time. I really loved the story, and I'm sure I felt that my if I have loved the story, my subscribers, my friends, my community will definitely love the story. So this is the story of how one can have God's darshan. How can one meet God? Of course, it's not about dying. But while living, how can you compel God to come down on the earth and show himself to his people? Once a student questioned, "Sir, can we see God? What should we do to see God or to have his darshan?" It is possible to do things through which we can have darshan of God. In the olden days, this was called as tapasya. Dhruva did this with all humility and vinamrata. When God did not yield to his request, he continued to do penance, and at the end, he forced God to give darshan. The great and Vidwan king like Ravana also did penance to obtain darshan of Lord Shiva. He was not successful. There was no humility or vinamrata in his tapasya. There was a kind of arrogance, or what we also call as ghamand. He angrily demanded from God why his tapasya was not successful. Ultimately, when Lord Shiva did not give darshan to Ravana, he started cutting his heads off one by one, offering them as sacrifices. This extreme penance forced even Lord Shiva to give darshan to him. Near Mangalore and Manipal in Karnataka, there is a small town called Udupi. I'm sure we all have heard this name, where Adi Shankaracharya lived for some time and also where dosa was invented. There is a very famous temple there called the Temple of Kanakdas. As the story goes, Kanakdas was a Shudra who was not allowed to enter the temple of Krishna. So he went behind the temple and from the grill got a glimpse of the back of Lord Krishna's head. And with love and tears in his eyes, he prayed. This he did twice daily. One day, the statue of Lord Krishna turned around 180 degrees and faced his bhakt. Till today, the statue is facing the back of the temple. Kanak Das's bhakti and devotion forced God to give darshan. Then the question arises that in Kali Yuga, what act should be performed to receive God's grace? Is there a way by which we can guarantee God's darshan? There could be several responses to this, but one very easy, effortless, low cost, and a sure method. Are these not the kind of methods which are fashionable in Kali Yuga? Well, this method is to respect your parents and look after them. Parents are living gods, and serving them is the easiest and surest method to receive darshan. My dear, this also takes me to uh, a lady whom I met many years back at the station once. She did not look like a beggar at the station. So this made me go and ask her and sit by her and speak to her for some time. This lady was in her 70s back then. She had one son and she was not a native of Mumbai. She came all the way from Kerala. And she spoke to me about the troubles that she faced and why she was there at the station begging. Rather, she was not begging, she was just sitting there, and people started throwing money in front of her. When having a little conversation with her, I realized that she had this one son, and after her husband's death, she was the sole earning member. She would go to people's houses, wash utensils, and do a lot of odd jobs. And with that little money that she had, she made her son study, she gave him good education, and with that, the son successfully was able to go to Canada. After reaching Canada, he lost touch with his mother, with his only mother. One day, as his mother happened to go to her friend's place for some days, while she came back, she seen that her house was sold. She had no place to stay. Her things were sold. Everything was sold in a span of few days. When she inquired, she got to know that her son came, took all the papers from the house, sold the house, leaving her nowhere. When she happened to contact her son, the son said, "You're already old. I have a future. You did your duty. You're done. Now you find a way out." The mother was left with tears in her eyes. She left Kerala that very day, and whichever train she got, she climbed onto the train, and somehow she reached Mumbai. Knowing nothing about this place, she happened to stand at the station that the train came to. And she sat there thinking that what wrong had she done in life. My dear friends, such a sad thing to know this. And I believe very, very strongly that if you do not respect your parents, you are nowhere. Thank you so much for listening. Please do like, share, subscribe, and do comment if you like the story. Thank you very much.